IAD executive team, scholars, volunteers, our imam from the Houston Blue Mosque, directors of the Texas Gulf Institute, the board of directors of the Houston Istanbul, Houston Baki Sister City Associations, IID and Raindrop Women Association volunteers, Turkmen Young Scholars Association. On behalf of the Gülen Institute, I welcome you with my utmost respect to today's Luncheon Forum featuring Mayor Bill White of Houston. Please let us give a big appreciation to mayors being with us again. Bill White's leadership has brought Houston together as shown by his overwhelming re-election to third term. He uses business practices every day at City Hall to improve service and get things done. He has aggressively attacked our community's most difficult challenges, such as investment in neighborhood drainage, reform of municipal pensions, holding the line on property taxes with rate cuts and increased senior exemptions, attacking crime, hotspots, and even faster removal of stalled vehicles to reduce wrecks and traffic congestion. Americans witnessed Mayor White's hands-on management style when he helped lead Houston's competent, compassionate response to Hurricanes Katrina, Rita, and Ike. Let us give another big appreciation for his leadership during the hard times of Hurricane Ike. Now in his third term, Mayor White is accelerating work to revitalize our city's most neglected neighborhoods with foreclosure and hundreds of new housing starts on thousands of abandoned properties. He also initiated a program to weatherize thousands of homes in older neighborhoods, saving homeowners on average of 20% of their electricity bill. In addition, Mayor White has aggressive programs to enforce pollution laws, reduce the flooding impact of new developments, raise high school graduation rates, and encourage more flexible working hours. Before serving as mayor, White built one of the region's most successful businesses. Previously, he served as Deputy Secretary of Energy of the United States, where he helped diversify national energy supplies and save taxpayers billions of dollars with management reforms. Earlier in his career, he helped build and manage one of the nation's most successful law firms. During our conversation on the first floor, he mentioned that he has been to Turkey several times, including Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and area countries. For decades, Mayor White and his wife Andrea have helped lead numerous charitable civic organizations. The Whites are parents of 3 students and attend St. Luke's United Methodist Church. I want to let you know that First Lady has been here for her book signing. So please join me in welcoming Mayor White.
Thank you, and appreciate your being here. I know you're only here for the food, so it's my honor that you would ask me to share a few words. I deeply appreciate the contribution that the Turkish American community makes to our city, to our state, and to our nation, and for those non-citizen residents of Turkish origin who work here, go to school here, perform diplomatic functions on behalf of their government here. It makes this community so much richer. What's really special about this country and the Gülen Institute and those who are active in the Turkish American Chamber is that people are proud of their heritage and share their heritage with others, because don't we want our children and grandchildren not only to be proud citizens of whatever country they're part of, but also consider themselves as citizens of the world? Isn't that what we want? And wouldn't it be much better if people understood the world that they lived? It would be better for peace. It would be better that people could find common ground, whether it be through business transactions or negotiations on diplomatic issues. Share a bit, my history with Turkey and countries that have large populations which are related by language and heritage and linguistics. I don't know where, I won't spend most of the time, but I've been to Turkey, of course, many times. The President of the United States had sent me to Turkey on a presidential mission in 1994 in light of my extensive work in the Caspian region, where I had been the senior official who had principal responsibility for establishing relationships in economics and energy with the Caspian states. And as part of that, in a prior mission that I'd had in Baku and Tbilisi and in Turkmenistan as well, I had tried to help people conceive of the fact that it was quite possible to build greater economic interdependence and independence in the region by the construction of an oil pipeline. And that's where some of those discussions first began. At the time, there was tremendous pressure from another government to not build that pipeline, and I would always go to Moscow before I went to the region and say exactly what I was going to say to everyone within the region, so that there was not. My point was we should always debate these things on the merits in an open and transparent manner, and they should be based on good economic decisions and not based on politics. Don't we need more of that in the world these days? And then later on, of course, it took many trips that cemented friendships, and that became very personal in nature, with President Ali and President Shevardnadze and Turkish National Oil Company executives and others. And of course, I had a company that had offices in the region, still does, in Tbilisi, and I've been to many. One of these days, if I ever write memoirs, I could recount to you a 4.5-hour meeting with the Turkmen Bashi that was fairly interesting, let us say, because those of you who live in this community know that I'm try to be humble, but also forthright. And interestingly enough, the issue that we spent the most time on at that time was an issue that is now still in the news. At the time, Iran was wanting to build a nuclear reactor in Bashir reactor, and there was I thought there was a common interest in making sure that Iran could meet its energy needs without a proliferation in the region of materials from which you could make bombs. That was 15 years ago, so I guess that issue has not been put to rest. So those are just some of the experiences that I'll share with you and have a deep appreciation. I'll also say that not just before this group, that Andrew has heard me said it before, that I can think of no. I hope everybody takes this in the right way, because it's meant with a big heart. I think there's no more interesting and romantic city in the world than Istanbul. And so when I was a senior government official in the federal government and did extensive international travel, I was working all the time. And so I was away from my young children and my wife, and we did have young children at the time, which also prevented her from